Hi friends, it's Andriy Vasylenko. Dyers Eve from Justice for All album is known to be the most challenging Metallica song ever. It is really hard to pull it off on each instrument involved, in particular for the drums, and Lars Ulrich, as the story goes, had to do a lot of cheating, even recording different drums and then combining it, and then the producer had to even shit out in post-production so that it sounds actually tight. And it was so difficult even for the authors. Metallica, they did not even attempt to play it, like for almost 20 years, when Robert Trujillo, then the new Metallica bassist, had done some inner propaganda within the band, so they gave in and let's try it, fuck it. And it turned out pretty great, but there's still a lot of things, a lot of lore about this song going on. There are two mysteries about it, one of which was how to play the goddamn main riff. Is it 2-2-2 or 2-3-2-3? Been proven that 2-2-2-2-2. Kerouac kinda confirmed it, and actually makes sense from the playing standpoint. So yeah, -1 mystery. But the second one is actually something that I took for granted for all these years, did not really thought about it. What the is the song title? Firstly, it does not really appear in the song lyrics, which is the case for a handful of Metallica songs, but the issue is the title does not really correspond to the lyrics in whatever form. Moreover, it does not really make any sense. What does that mean? I really never thought about it, but it was on the surface, like, what the hell is going on? And partially I blame it for my English, because I was thinking like it Dyers Eve, like about death, the guy who dies, and the evening where he writes the letter to his parents before suicide. I cannot tell it, because the tune is about the bad parents who never gave him freedom, and he finally does something on his own. But it's not what the title reads. The Eve part is understood, like the evening, usually before some holiday, like the evening before the Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. But the Dyers part, it's not the Dyer who dies, because firstly, yeah, it sounds similar, identical, but the person who is dying is either a dying person or the dead person. And the Dyer in the Dyers Eve actually means the person who does some dying in terms of paint, color, and etc. It is a profession, and it has nothing to do with the song, has nothing to do with Metallica and whatever. The mere combination, Dyers Eve, the evening of the guy whose job is to paint shit, but in the evening he does not really work because he has his shift done. Evening he goes to his family. It's not a work time. Eve. It gets worse with every thought I put into it. And I did not find the answer online, in interviews, etc. But I have a couple thoughts. And I guess I know who knows the truth behind the Dyers Eve title. And that's the black squirrel who eat German soup and gym bag. Yeah, that's the Metallica demo song titles. Metallica has this weird thing running, calling their raw song names some weird ways. Because firstly, the music comes first, James writes lyrics afterwards, so they don't really have the song title during writing the song. With a couple exceptions, like Enter Sandman, that title had been laying around for a long time. Yeah, they also have this list of titles, cool titles for the songs, but oftentimes they write some riffs, combine them, and they have to call this bunch of riffs some name, some random name. And usually it's something really dumb or random to not get attached to it too much. You know, like German soup, gym bag, black fucking squirrel. Not always are the demos named stupidly. Sometimes just some random word, some location where they wrote the main riff for, like there was on Hardwired a demo called Lima, for Confusion, the song, or on the same album, Atlas Rise was originally NWOMP ATM, which stands for New Wave British Heavy Metal. Obviously, in the ATM part, different versions like American Thrash Metal, S2 Mouse, whatever you prefer. Like Suicide and Redemption, the instrumental was called K2 Lu, like Cthulhu 2. Or the last song on the Death Magnetic album, My Apocalypse, in the demo form has the name 10. which is weirdly like almost a conspiracy. How did they know that this song's gonna be the 10th track on the album? It's like the order of the song was like one of the last things to do for the album. And this thing goes as far as load and reload era. We had names like Skimpy, Maldy, but actually we don't really have that prior to that, starting Black Album and before that. And maybe Dyers Eve is the only surviving piece of that. Dyers Eve may have been just a demo title, just a stupid random phrase they heard on TV, in some book, someone said it, and that stuck around, and they wrote a song, but the title they had before it just stuck. They just kept it for whatever reason. Because it's Metallica, they like to fool around sometimes. But it does not really answer the question what the hell Dyers Eve means, because German soup is understood. Black squirrel, too. I think maybe Dyer in this one does not mean the profession, but the last name. I checked, there is actually such a last name, Dyer, and plenty celebrities had it. And maybe they had heard it on some TV and everything, like Dyers Eve, in terms of someone's Eve, some persons with the last name Dyer having some evening, whatever. They took the note and they made a song. They turned out to be the most fucking chilling song ever. By the way, 195 BPM for the thrasher with all the offbeat drums and tremolos. They've never done anything faster than that, and that actually turned out to be the last song from the 80s before they actually sold out. Like, so what a fat point for the freaking decade, yeah? So yeah, what do you think? What does Dyers Eve mean? Maybe you have actually data to prove it. I mean, a piece of interview or whatever. Write it in the comments.